Hello and welcome to all in a video lecture series on 8051 microcontroller. So in today's discussion we are going to talk about an use of assembly language programming for 8051 microcontroller. So as we know that whenever we want to perform a specific or a required task, we are going to give an instructions to microcontroller. So there are two ways by which we can provide an instructions to a microcontroller. We can use either assembly language programming to write these instructions, or we can deal with an embedded C programming to deal with these instructions. And once we are ready with an instructions, right, so we are going to develop a code or a program, and that program with the help of Kyle IDE we are going to compile it, and with the help of suitable say the set of software we are going to download that into microcontroller board, right. So in today's discussion we are going to talk about specifically the structure or some little bit overview about an assembly language programming. So basically when we talk about an assembly language programming, we are going to give an instructions to a 8051 microcontroller in which each line or statement of assembly language program of 8051 consists of three different say the fields. The first field is called as label. Second field is mainly called as an instruction, and third field is called as comment. Okay, so the little bit of structure for each of this statement in 8051 microcontroller is as like this. We are having a required instruction which is going to give idea or going to give a command to 8051 microcontroller CPU to perform a specific task. Then we are having this label and then a comment. So the comments basically defines what is the meaning of this instruction. So if we see this structure here, for an instruction we have not provided or we have not indicated that with a square bracket, whereas for sake of simplicity we are considering here the square bracket for this label as well as for comment. Say when we are writing an instruction we are not going to use these square brackets. This is simply to give an idea about how exactly the instruction or the statement is mentioned while programming. So whatever these brackets that are defined for this label and for comment says that these fields are optional and may not be used in all the statements in a program, whereas this instruction is a mandatory and that we have to use as each statement while writing a code to 8051 microcontroller. So the best example is as like this. Say we are having or we want to copy a data 05H, that is a hex number 05 into accumulator, and in order to perform this task we are supposed to give an instruction, and that instruction is written as move a comma hash 05H. So what this instruction will do, the data 05 that is a hex number is get copied into accumulator, right. So when I am going to equate this statement declaration with this, then the middle statement is nothing but my instruction. The comment basically gives a meaning of mentioned instruction like copy data 05H in accumulator, and here is the label that is required for the operation. Okay, so here this label and the comment are totally optional, right. Okay, so let us discuss each of this field in detail. So first of all, what is a label? The label is programmer chosen name for a memory location or the statement in a program. Then the label part of statement is optional. So whenever we require the label, basically this label is useful when we are dealing with say some loop kind of activities, or we are going to jump from one instruction to another instruction depending upon say the satisfaction of an instruction or depending upon a conditional execution. So if it is present, then the label must be terminated with a colon. So if we see the previous example, there we have mentioned the here label and we are going to terminate it with this colon. Then the next part is the comment part. So comments are the statements included by the developer for the easier understanding of code. Okay, no doubt, suppose a programmer or a developer is developing a code or writing a code, right? And when it is given to any, say, a person for the understanding purpose, directly through an instruction, it is not possible to understand the operation. So in that case, in order to define in short the meaning of each of the statement, these comments are used. So it is used for proper documentation of the program. So comments are optional in our program. It is not mandatory that always put a comment or put the comment isn't part of your code. As per your requirement, if you want it necessary for the understanding purpose, you can put a comment in your program. If the comments are used in a program, then these comments should be begin with a semicolon or this double slash time, okay, double slash sign, depending upon what you are assembling. If we forget to give this semicolon before the comment or this double slash before the comment, then the assembler might be get confused, and this seems to be like or considered as part of your code which is given for execution purpose. Basically, the comment is not having any effect on the execution of program. So let us see the major and most important, say, this field in a statement, and that is an instruction. So what is an instruction? Instruction is responsible for the task performed by the microcontroller. Any instruction in an assembly language consists of two parts. The first part is called as an opcode and the second part is called as an operand. So consider this example. Say we are going to define move a, 22h. So what is the meaning of this instruction? So here move 22h, that is a 22h is a hex number into an accumulator, and here as this is a statement, we are defining the meaning of this instruction with the help of comment. This comment is going to begin with this semicolon. So now when I am going to focus on this simple instruction, then the first part of this instruction is an opcode. So what is this opcode? The opcode is basically the short form of operation code. It specifies the operation to be performed by the microcontroller. So no doubt what the microcontroller right now going to do here, it is going to copy data 22h into an accumulator. So here to copy, that means to move the data 22h into accumulator, we are using this opcode. Fine. Instead of defining move the data in accumulator, simple, we are going to write this MOV mnemonic, okay, so which is nothing but what your opcode. So the opcode is assembly language and it is called as a mnemonic, okay. And the second part is what? It's an operand. So it represents the data on which the operation is performed, right? So if I am going to talk here, then no doubt the move is a opcode, right? MOV. You can use any. Here in an example we have defined here accumulator, but you can define any say the register or any memory location here for the copying a data. So here if I am going to consider and I am going to divide this instruction, it is consists of two parts as said. The first one is a opcode and the second one is a operand. So the what the opcode basically defines, it defines what kind of operation that we are supposed to do. And now when I am talking about this operand, say A and B, because here whatever this operation, the move instruction is going to work, it is going to copy a data 22 into accumulator. So accumulator and 22, these are the two what we call the data or the data that we are going to consider for the operation purpose. So here the 22 is the value, that is the source operand, is get copied into accumulator, and that's why it is called as a destination operand. So in this way these instructions are going to work in 8051 microcontroller. Let us consider, this is simple one example, right? So in this example what we are going to write, first I am going to use this directive ORG, that is originate ORG00H, right? Okay, then move R0, #05H. Simple. I am going to copy the data, that means a hex number 05 into this R0 register. So here we are having this R0 register, right? And in this R0 register, first I am going to copy the data 05, and then the content of this R0 I am going to decrement up to 0, right? So what kind of task we are performing with this example? Simple. I am going to originate my program. Then once I am going to start this program, what exactly we are performing here? Simple. Move R0, #05H. Copy 05H in R0 register, then DJNZ R0, up. So when I'm going to talk about this specific declaration, here this MOV or TJNZ or SJump, these are called as what? These are basically called as what? Your opcode. What is this move R0, #05? This entire declaration is mainly called as what? You are an instruction. So in this instruction, the two say the parts are there. Out of this move is mainly called as a opcode, okay, and the second one, this R0 and 05H, these are called as a operands. So here what this instruction will do, this instruction is going to copy data 05H into an R0 register, right? Then DJNZ R0, up. So what this will do, no doubt, when I'm going to execute this first, now consider, for the sake of simplicity, when we are going to say download this code into 8051 microcontroller, right? This data has been get saved into your code memory, okay? So we know that this memory is basically consists of two parts for the sake of simplicity. The first part is going to deal with an address, and the second part is going to deal, or it is going to hold an data, right? So here what, for the sake of simplicity, what we will consider, for each of this instruction we require 1 byte, and at successive memory locations this entire program has been saved. So what will happen, the moment at which I am going to write here ORG00H, then this 00H, this memory location has been get selected or get initialized, and whatever code that return from 00H, that will be get executed, right? So the first instruction, move R0, #05H. So at memory location 00, move R0, #05H, this instruction is stored, okay? So already as I said, we are going to consider that each of this instruction require an single byte for the storage in memory, right? Then I am going to write, say, TJNZ R0, up, right? So what we did here, to the next memory location 0001, I am going to store an next instruction, and what is that? DJNZ R0, up. And where is I am providing this up label? To this instruction, that is which instruction? Move R0, #05. Now just try to get it here, up label, where this up label is jumping to the memory location 000H here. So means what will happen, this label is nothing but what, it indicate a memory location where my program should get transferred when this condition is executed, right? So now what is the meaning of this DJNZ? Basically this instruction DJNZ is having the two meaning, okay? So DJNZ, suppose right now I'm going to define here as a R0 and up, right? So what it is going to do, the D is basically stands for what? Decrement, okay? So D is going to deal with the decrement, okay? So D stands for decrement, and JNZ means what? Jump if not 0, simple. Jump if not 0, okay? So we are there with this. D stands for decrement and JNZ stands for jump if not 0. Now what to decrement, now what to do jump if not 0 where? So that now we will discuss. So what this instruction is going to do, along with this instruction the two parameters are defined. The first parameter here I am going to say this as my register, or it may be a memory location, and the second parameter is a label. So what this instruction will do, first whatever the content in this case present in R0 register, the contents are first get decremented by 1. Just try to get this. The decrement, this is the first operation done, and the second one it is going to check for the 0. So decrement first, what to decrement? The content of register R0 are first decremented by 1. Then the new content, I will say initially whatever be the value, then the new value I am going to say as a n. Then it is going to check the new value that present in R0 is now equal to 0 or no. Okay, just try to get this. First the content of R0 are get decremented by 1. Suppose initially my content of R0 are m. After decrement this value is, say, no doubt m minus 1, that will the new value I am going to say as a n. Now it is going to check whether this n value, that means new updated value of R0, is equal to 0 or no. If it is equal to 0, fine. and if it is not equal to 0, then what to do? Jump. If not 0, what to do? Simple jump to this up label. Just try to get this, jump to this up label. So here what will happen? Here R0, initially the content of register R0 we are going to copy as what? 05. So as said here, the R0 we are going to copy with, say R0 is now equal to what? 05 here. Okay, now DJNZ R0. So what will happen? The content of R0 are get updated as R0 is equal to R0 minus 1. So as it is R0 minus 1 means what? 05 minus 1. So the new content are what? These are 04. Now this 04 is checked with 0, whether 04 is equal to 0. So in this case the 04 is not equal to 0, and hence my program is going to jump to this up label. And where is my up label? To this move R0 comma hash 05. So again the value R0 or this register R0 is get loaded with the 05. Okay, so again the next decrement the value of R0. Then in this way, this continuously the values get decremented by 1 and it's going to jump to up. This code is going to get execute infinite number of times, because every time the value 05 is get loaded, then the value is decremented by 1, so new value is 04. As 04 is not equal to 0, again it is get loaded with the 05. Now suppose I will do here a slight change. So what is that change? I am going to define the up label to, suppose, this instruction itself. I am going to define the up label here. Means I am going to write, instead of dealing with this instruction, that is up label, I am instead of providing to move R0 comma hash 05, what I am going to do? I am going to update my code in this way. The up label I am going to define to a same instruction. So what will happen now? As per the new instruction, no doubt first here the register R0 is get loaded with value 05. So now R0 is equal to 05H. Now next to DJNZ R0. So what it will do? First, the content of R0 are get decremented by 1. So these are 04. So whether 04 is equal to 0? No. So it is going to jump to up label. And where is that up label? To same instruction. Is it clear? Okay. So as it is to same instruction, again the content are get decremented by 1. So R0 minus 4. So now the previous content of R0 are 4. Now the new content are 3. So it is not equal to 0. So again get decremented by 1. So it is 2, it is 1, and last it is going to deal with this 0. So the moment at which whether 0 is equal to 0, yes, okay, means now the 0 is equal to 0, and because of that, now instead of going to jump to this up label, your code is going to deal with this s jump to dollar. And dollar means what? Simple, this is like a looping activity. So dollar is same, means just jump to this same instruction in this way. Okay, so what we seeing here in my program, whatever these things that are mentioned, okay, in this specific program, whatever this portion is there, this portion is mainly called as a comment, which is used to understand my program. Okay, this up, this is called as a label. So the label is used where it is basically given to a memory location. So depending upon specific condition, whether it is satisfied or not satisfied, so that specific memory location the program is going to jump. And these are called move R0, DJNZ, jump. These are called as an instruction. So in this way, when we are dealing with an assembly language programming, we are supposed to mention an instruction. Thank you.